All right, everybody, get ready for a deep dive today.
Yeah.
We are going to be exploring this philosophical and theological debate. It's been going on for centuries, and you, my friend, you are right in the middle of it.
That's right.
Buckle up, because we are talking about a debate between the devil and an angel.
Wow.
We're going to be looking at excerpts from this text.
Okay.
And it's titled, A Debate Between the Devil and an Angel.
Interesting.
Think courtroom drama, but with eternal stakes.
High stakes.
High stakes.
Yeah.
What we have here is this back and forth
Right.
between the devil and an angel, and they're clashing over free will and obedience,
Interesting.
and what it even means to be righteous.
Good topic.
Big topics.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating here is how each side justifies their actions.
That's right.
You've got the devil claiming to be a champion for freedom.
You know, freedom's a big deal.
Huge.
Yeah.
And the angel is emphasizing guidance.
Guidance.
But who's really offering a better deal here?
That's the question, isn't it?
That is the question.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, this text throws us a curveball.
Okay.
The devil, in defense of his actions, claims that his refusal to bow to Adam was actually an act of self-respect,
Okay.
not arrogance.
Interesting take.
How do we reconcile that
You know, it's
with this idea of defying a direct command from Allah?
that's where things get really fascinating
Yeah.
because the devil is arguing that he was simply standing up for himself.
Right.
He was refusing to be seen as inherently lesser than Adam.
Oh, I see.
And it really raises this fascinating question.
Okay.
Is there a line between asserting your self-worth and defying a divine command?
So how do we grapple with that?
Well,
Is there a way to apply this to real-world situations?
I think there is.
Oh.
Think about historical acts of civil disobedience. You know, you got individuals and groups who challenged authority in the name of justice, equality, freedom, figures like Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King Jr., countless others.
Absolutely.
And I think the key question here is,
Yeah.
when does defiance become a transgression?
Right.
And where do we draw that line?
Yeah.
How do we weigh our own conscience against established authority?
Especially when that authority is perceived as divine.
Exactly.
It's almost like the devil is trying to pant himself
Yeah.
as some kind of rebellious hero here.
Oh, absolutely.
But the angel's not buying it, right?
The angel's not buying it.
No.
Not at all.
What does the angel say?
So the angel immediately calls out the devil, accuses him of prioritizing his ego
Oh.
over Allah's clear command. And this is where the idea of blind obedience enters the picture.
Yeah.
The angel argues that true submission to a higher power requires humbling yourself,
Right.
setting aside your own desires
Okay.
in favor of the divine will.
That makes sense.
Right.
You see that in a lot of spiritual traditions.
Yeah,
But the devil hits back with a question.
he does.
Has the angel ever questioned this blind obedience?
That's a good question.
It's kind of a gut punch.
It is. It really is.
What happens there?
He's challenging the foundation of the angel's belief system.
Wow.
He's saying, is unquestioning obedience truly freedom?
Right.
And this is a question that has echoed throughout human history, and it's one that we grapple with even today.
We do.
Think about the concept of free will.
Yeah.
Is true freedom possible without any boundaries?
Right.
Or do we need certain constraints,
Yeah.
certain rules to
Yeah.
give our choices meaning and
Yeah.
shape?
That really makes you think.
It does.
If everything was permissible, would our choices even matter?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This concept of freedom, I mean, it can mean different things depending on your philosophical perspective.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, some schools of thought, like determinism, suggest that our paths are preordained,
Right.
while others emphasize the power of individual choice.
Right.
For example, in Stoic philosophy,
Okay.
freedom is found in accepting what you can't control
Right.
and focusing on your own internal state.
Interesting.
While existentialism emphasizes the individual's responsibility to create meaning
All right.
in a seemingly meaningless world.
So we have all these different interpretations of freedom.
We do.
But what about righteousness?
Right.
What is the angel's perspective?
Well, the angel argues
Yeah.
that true freedom for humans lies in aligning their actions with Allah's guidance.
Okay, so that suggests that there's some kind of divine blueprint,
Right.
like a cosmic instruction manual
Exactly.
for leading a fulfilling and righteous life.
That's the idea.
But doesn't that get a little too controlling?
Well,
Where's the room for individual choice
that's a good point.
if we're all supposed to be following this predetermined path?
That is exactly the point that the devil seizes upon.
Oh.
He accuses the angel of
Yeah.
potentially manipulating humans.
Oh.
through fear and the promise of reward.
It's a little bit like those marketing techniques that try to nudge you towards buying something.
Absolutely.
Like, are you really making a free choice?
Yeah.
Or are you being cleverly manipulated
right.
by appealing to your desires or anxieties?
That's a fantastic connection.
It really is.
And this issue extends far beyond theology.
I imagine so.
Think about political systems, societal norms, even our personal relationships.
Right.
There's a constant tension between offering guidance and exerting control.
Yeah.
Between presenting choices and influencing decisions.
It's tough.
It is.
Where that line lies is something we constantly have to navigate.
We do.
So after hearing all of this, where do you find yourself leaning?
It's hard to say.
Do you lean towards the devil's emphasis on individual choice? Or the angel's focus on divine guidance?
It's a tough one.
Or maybe you see a third path altogether?
I think this debate goes beyond simply picking a side.
Yeah.
It forces us to examine our own beliefs about freedom, obedience, what truly constitutes a righteous life.
I agree.
What are the metrics for a life well lived?
That's the big question.
It is.
Yeah.
Is it about blindly following rules?
Yeah.
Fiercely asserting your own choices?
Right.
Or finding a delicate balance between the two?
That's the real question.
That's the question this debate leaves us with.
It's incredible how a text from centuries ago
I know.
can still be so relevant to our lives today.
It is.
We just scratched the surface here.
We did.
But it's definitely given us a lot to think about.
A lot to think about.
How do we define freedom?
Yeah.
What does it mean to be righteous?
Big questions.
These are questions that each of us has to wrestle with.
We do.
And there may not be any easy answers.
Maybe not.
But the fact that we're even asking these questions,
it's important.
It is a testament to the enduring power of this debate.
It really is.
So keep thinking.
Keep thinking.
Keep exploring.
Keep
And let's continue this conversation in our own lives.
That's what it's all about.
That's it for our deep dive today.
Until next time.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, you guy.